Welcome, everyone. This is All Things iOS. We're your hosts, Cody and Logan. This is an international show. Logan is broadcasting from his compound up in Canada, and I am in the States. Logan, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, Cody. How are you today?
I'm doing well. I'm ready to talk some iOS and see if we can get some funny stuff drummed up here.
Well, it was a busy week, a lot of action. So we might as well start off with the ARCA rookie.
I will be perfectly honest with you. I have not watched the race, and didn't even watch the broadcast, so I don't even know what happened.
I joined about halfway through the race. I thought it was starting at the normal 9:45 time, but apparently it's starting earlier than that. So I missed the first half of that race, but I did watch the end of it, which was basically just a lot of cautions.
I think the ARCA rookie ringer for this year won Dave Wright, right?
Correct, yeah, Dave Wright. And I think that's his first ever iOS win, if I'm correct.
But does he race in Cup too? I think he does.
That's a really good question. I think he did race Cup. Yes, he does race in Cup. But I don't think he did last year.
Well, congrats to him. That's a good way to start off the season. You said it was pretty caution heavy at the end.
It was, for sure. Lots of cautions, and then there was another interesting thing about that race, and that was the fact that it was the first ever iOS broadcaster race that they did themselves and not Intensity.
And you're excited to talk about this?
Yeah, I guess so. So you're honest? You never watched any of it? You didn't hear Max?
No,
it?
I have not seen an iOS official broadcast yet. I'm saving them all, and I'll just binge watch them all at once.
Well, my expectations were low, and I don't even think they hit my expectations, to be honest with you. I don't really know. I don't even know where to really start with it, to be honest with you.
Much like this show when people finally listen to it.
Exactly, yeah. It has a lot of work I still have to do on it, and I'm sure over time they'll get better with it, and Max will get more comfortable with it. And I'll probably just leave it at that. I don't really want to hurt anybody's feelings or anything on our first show.
Yeah, he might not come on. Keep ripping him this way.
Exactly. We'll just say that they have some work to do, and they'll get better with time.
Yeah, sure. As with anything, hopefully the racing in ARCA rookie will improve as well. I guess that brings us to ARCA Pro, a race you were in, correct?
Yes, I was in the ARCA Pro race. I finished fourth in that race. It was there was lots of cautions in that one too as well. Some interesting notes in that one was we had Kyle Mays get up in the wall, and then instead of keep going, he decided to stop on the track and right in front of other cars where other cars had to avoid him, which was kind of a bonehead move. But
I call that the Zach McBride.
Oh, has Zach done that in the past, has he?
He did that at Pocono.
See, I didn't even know that. And then, other than that, we had Chaput, or however you pronounce his name. He got his first ever iOS win, which was exciting for him.
Yeah, I think we actually have him in the green room ready to talk to him. You want to bring him in right now?
Yeah, bring him on in.
And on that note, we're going to call in one of my favorite people, as I like to call him, David. But your real name is Derrick Chaput?
Chaput.
Chaput. Oh, you learn something new every day. How you doing?
Oh, never better. You guys?
We're doing well. And like I said, we really appreciate you being on the show here. And tell us a little bit about your ARCA Pro experience last night.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, like I said earlier, the super speedway races are always a bit of a toss-up, but I've been pulling through pretty decently for them, so hopefully I can carry some momentum into the rest of the season.
So Derrick, how long have you been on iRacing?
I started Boxing Day of last year, 2020.
Wow.
So I've only been maybe 5 months, I guess 6 months.
You know, for the amount of time that you've been iRacing, you're actually not doing that bad. I mean, you started with the iOS guys last year. You weren't really running that well. Nobody really knew you. You weren't very active in the Discord. But towards the middle part of the season, more towards the end, you started getting better results. You made the ARCA playoffs. You're definitely more active in the Discord. People like you. What changed?
It's all in the memes, my friend.
I knew this
I don't know.
Joe.
It's just experience, I guess. You start racing, you get better over time, and like you say, you just get more confident with all the guys around you. Joke a little bit more, and it's just fun. That's what it all comes down to, I think.
Did you surprise yourself when he came out with the win on Monday night?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I know I'm getting better. I'm the most improved driver, I guess, voted last year, but still, I was surprised. I'll be very surprised if I can do something at a normal track, but can always hope for the best, I guess.
You're also off to a strong start in the trucks. Didn't you finish second?
Yeah.
With you having a strong start to the season, do you think it's achievable for you to make the playoffs in all three of the series?
Wow.
I think I'm going to be at the bottom. So I think I'll be close in all of the series. I think that's probably a safe bet. Because like you said, at the end of last year, I was kind of starting to do a little bit better in every series. So if I can make the playoffs, that'd be great. For sure.
I think it's achievable. I'm behind you, man, 100%.
I think so. I think it'll be bottom, but I think it's possible, for sure.
So there's another subject I wanted to talk to you about. In the All-Star race this past, it was just last race. You got into it with this CD Moore guy. What was that all about?
He just likes sucking butts. That's all I can say.
Cody, you got to tell me, did you wreck him intentionally?
I cannot. No, I just got tight. The car, it just got away from me. You know, I wasn't used to those new packages. It just washed up and got tight. No, it was all in good fun though.
That was a good race. Is there anything else you want to talk about, Cody?
No,
well, I think we need to know, do you suck butt?
We can. That's probably content for another show. Now, why aren't you more active in memes and gifs? That's what we don't really care about anything you said so far. We just want to know why you're not more active in memes and gifs.
I have a job.
Well, we all have jobs, but we sacrifice for that.
Honestly, I'm just not a good meme maker. The odd time I get a jewel pop up in my head, but no, I'm more of a just put the reactions on there, laugh at everybody else.
Well, 10-4, man. Well, like I said, congrats on your ARCA Pro win. Way to start out the season. You got to be happy about that, and we'll be looking forward to you doing more this season.
Yeah, for sure, guys. I'll try to up my meme and GIF game.
Do it.
10-4, buddy.
All right. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it, Derrick.
We'll
Thanks,
talk
guys.
All right. Bye.
All right, well, let's talk some iOS Cup Series. This was a race I was involved in. I think both of us were involved in it. What were your initial thoughts on the Cup Series race?
I thought it was a lot of single file. I found that it was hard to really make passes on the high side. You had to have a lot of cars to get anything going on the high side. So I felt like it was a lot of single file racing. How did you feel about the racing?
I think my perspective of the race was completely different than most people's. I kind of hung out at the front, finished second in the stage, and then finished third overall. So I never had any issues with wrecks or anything. And I don't know how crazy it got in the back. I know there was a big wreck on lap 4, I believe.
Yes, I was in that wreck. So that put me to the back. But I still managed to finish 5th. Surprisingly, we had a lot of green flag racing in that race. At the end of the race, on the last pit stop, I actually came out ahead of everybody. I had about a 4-second lead, and I think you were actually second.
That's right. Yeah. You were running with a lapper or something, and unfortunately, you were just him and the lapper, and I had, I think, a group of 4, and we just caught you pretty quick.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
But you hung with that pack and ended up finishing 5th. So yeah, it's a pretty good day for both of us. I mean, we're both former champions, so you would expect, both of us to do that.
Well, I don't have a cup win yet, man. I'm still like hungry for that first cup win.
Yeah, but you're going to get that trophy from Trucks, just like I'm going to get my trophy from Cup any day now.
I'm waiting for it. Nope. Nobody's asked me for my address, so I have a feeling I might not be getting it.
Ooh, I think I was actually asked for my address, but yeah, we'll see if it was taken down or not.
But not really surprisingly, but Colin Willems came out with the win, which doesn't really surprise anybody. That guy is good everywhere we go.
Except when it comes playoff time. Hey-o.
Yeah, he really... I was cheering for him to win the championship. Sorry, Cody.
That's hurtful.
But he goes in there and finished dead last. It was brutal to watch.
Oh, I know. I was helping him the next day, and he picked up a ton of time just with a couple things. He did the old practice with 100% fuel, and it was just completely different.
Yeah. Is there anything else that stood out to you with that cup race?
No, it was drama free. I thought it was pretty good racing. We usually judge the amount of drama in the race based on how long the chats go afterwards, and it seemed pretty quiet, as opposed to the truck race, which was the next night. Why don't you start us off with that one?
Yeah, so that there was a lot of action that happened in that truck race. I actually really enjoyed racing the trucks at that track versus the cup cars. I felt like you could actually make the high line work. And there was just a lot of good racing, even though we did have lots of wrecks and a lot of interesting things happen in that event. Ultimately, TJ Floyd won it, and I feel like he's always strong when we come to those big super speedways. I think he has a couple wins now on super speedways.
Yeah, he's kind of developed the reputation of a restart ninja. He really does a great job kind of getting any jump he can and gaining spots. But you're right, he seems to always do really well on the extras on the super speedway races. It looks like there was 24 of 51 laps run under caution, so yeah, it was a wreck filled event. I'm trying to think back to some of the big ones, but none come to mind here.
So we had the big incident where Dustin Dean was leading the race, and then Jackson Qualley got into him and spun him out. And then ultimately, Dustin was not very happy with that, and then under the caution, he went up and hit the side of Jackson's truck under caution, and it caused a big storm after the race. And Max had to put the hammer down.
It was interesting. Max did put the hammer down. He actually made the Hall of Fame with that post. But yeah, he finally suspended Dustin for one race. I think a lot of people felt like that was a long time coming. And speak of the devil, we got him in studio here in a minute. Let's bring him in. And on that note, we're going to bring in Dustin Dean, everyone's favorite person in iOS, Season 1 champion. Season 2, it's a different story. Dustin, thanks for being on the show, bud. How you doing?
I appreciate it, Cody. Good to be here. I feel good. Just got done racing tonight, and as always, there's always things to look back on and things you would change, but feel good overall.
Where did you finish up there tonight, Dustin?
Oh, well, I was running top 5 the whole race until that last caution there, and finished like 20-something. I don't even know.
Until that CD Moore guy ran out of gas, huh?
Yeah, that idiot. And what's so bad is, Cody, he gave Dakota all the credit, but he didn't see that I was actually pushing Dakota, behind him. So I felt a little left out there.
Oh, hey, man, I appreciate that.
So how are the other races this week for you, Dustin? So you started off racing with the ARCA Pro on Monday. How did that go for you?
It went good. It was a solid race. I just could not make my way up there to the front. I think I finished, P9 or something like that. But overall, pretty solid race.
I thought you were pretty aggressive. You made a lot of aggressive moves, but you were clean, so it was good.
Well, yeah, I was just, everybody was doing that single file, and I was just trying something back there, but it never came to fruition.
So the real reason why we brought you on the show is because on Wednesday night in the trucks, you had a lot of interesting things happen to you. So do you want to kind of walk us through what happened with you in the trucks?
Sure. Yeah, I'll walk you through it. So listen, I don't know if you guys have raced in real life before. Okay.
I have not.
No, I have not either.
Okay. So, and I haven't raced cars or anything like that, but I've raced go-karts on Saturday nights. I've raced, all over the East Coast. And one thing that we do is short dirt tracks, I understand, which is a little different than short tracks. But if you're mad at somebody for something they've done, under caution, you just go give them a little love tap. They know it doesn't mean anything. You know it doesn't mean anything. So here's what happened. So I'm leading the truck race, right? Minding my own business. I get hooked by Jackson, which is fine. It happens. It's super speedway racing. But just to let him know, hey, I didn't appreciate that. I just went up under caution. Yeah, I was a lap down. I was wrecked. But I just gave him a little tap. I didn't think nothing of it, to be honest with you. And then all of a sudden, it was like a tornado of people just calling me out for killing the kid or something. And so, anyway, that was my side of it. I didn't mean anything by it. In fact, I messaged him this morning, actually, and just told him, hey, man, I didn't mean anything by it. Didn't mean to, it to blow up this big or anything. I was just letting you know I wasn't too happy with you spinning me out while I'm leading the race, but I didn't, nothing personal or anything like that. So anyways, that's my background. That's where it came from. It was just a little, hey, I didn't appreciate that. I didn't mean anything by it, but now I'm suspended and everybody's all up in arms.
Did you get into anybody else under caution? Somebody else was saying you got a cheeseburger under caution. Did that happen?
No, that was like coming to, like, as we were gridding up, okay, and I'll take full responsibility on this. No, we were gridding up, everybody kind of gets out, and I'm just catching up with the back of the field, and yeah, like I got too close to him. He did clip the apron a little bit and came back up very slightly, but I shouldn't have been nowhere near him like I was. Yeah, I was just lower than I should be, and we made contact again. I didn't mean anything by that either. Luckily, Cheeseburger took it pretty well. So, but no, that was my fault. I was just going up the grid. I didn't think he would come up at all. I thought he was going to stay down there, and that was on me.
So it sounds like you were surprised by the penalty of getting suspended for a race. Do you think that was a fair penalty for the crime?
No, I don't. No. Yeah, let's put it like that. No.
That's about all you got to say about that, huh?
No, I don't. I mean, if I would have actually wrecked him, retaliated, as the rule book says, retaliate, which means you wreck him like he wrecked you, then yeah, absolutely. But I didn't. We were going, maybe 50 miles an hour, and I touched him. I don't see. And then I went back to my spot, and there was nothing else. I didn't say anything on the radio, nothing else. So I don't know. But it is what it is. We'll take our shot and we'll move forward. I will say this. Like I said, I messaged Jackson this morning. Me and him are good. Now, whether he's going to return to the truck series, I don't know. I told him, I was like, Jax, you got too much talent not to run, in the truck series. And so I hope he does. I've raced with him back when, he was just getting started in iRacing. So, I mean, I look up to the kid. He's got a lot of talent to be 11 years old. But
no, that he does for sure. And like I said, we appreciate you stopping by, telling your side of it. We're a little short on time, but Dustin, you're the man. You tell it like it is. And like I said, we appreciate you having you.
Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all.
All right. Thanks for coming on, Dustin.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dustin Dean, always the polarizing figure. One last thing I think we forgot to mention, the truck race was Blake Hensley getting completely robbed. He was leading what we all thought was the last lap, and I guess an extra lap got added on, and TJ took advantage of it.
Yeah, I feel bad for him on that. The way it goes, though, man, you got to keep going. You just never know what's going to happen in these events, and sometimes you get those weird iRacing glitches.
Yeah, I was out by that time, so I was watching it. I managed to total my truck twice by only getting a 6X, so that's pretty talented right there. But yeah, I definitely felt bad for Blink in that instance, as we call him. Now the final race of the week was the brand new iOS Super Speedway Series, which I'll get your thoughts in a second, but I thought it went way better than it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a complete caution fest. I thought the racing wasn't going to be very good, but I was pleasantly surprised. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun in it too. Those Xfinity cars are a lot of fun at Daytona.
For sure.
We had 5 cautions, which was 15 caution laps out of the 62 laps that we completed, which was way better than what I thought it was going to be.
For sure. And I thought that well, I was involved in about every wreck there was. And somehow I still made it to the end there with a fast repair. But I thought that the group up front really raced well. Everyone was pretty respectful except those darn Mays boys causing that first caution. And then the issue with lap cars was pretty crazy. I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, there was a lot that happened with those lap down cars. Who was the guy that was on the high line, which caused that first wreck?
I don't know. I felt bad because I think it's all new people to the league. I don't quite remember. It was nobody I recognized, but yeah, he had the right idea in mind to go high. He just
Wasn't high enough.
kind of yeah, his high was sort of mid track, so I think the outside line just didn't have anywhere to go. And then another big one that I have seared in my mind is the number one's rear bumper going down into turn 3 or whatever that was. I didn't have the skill to get around him and keep it low enough to give the high side room there.
Yeah, that was a big wreck, and I do kind of feel bad for the new guys. I think we might have been a little bit hard on them. But
Yeah, I think it's hard when you come into iOS because we are definitely more of a tight knit community of the people that are active on Discord, and I think we kind of lose sight sometimes that people, new people don't really understand that, because I think most leagues aren't really like that.
100%. We got a great community here with iOS. I just hope none of those guys drop out, and I'm sure as a group we'll get better. And like I said, it was great racing, and I'm sure we're going to have many more great races in that series.
Yeah, Dylan does a really good job putting that on, and we appreciate all the effort he puts into that. I think, yeah, like you said, it's hard for new people coming in, but if you have that expectation that you're gonna go green flag in a super speedway series and not have wrecks, it's completely unreasonable. Because I mean, I know there's people like Josh Hall that run in, I think it's Super Speedway Kings, and those guys are insane. But I mean, for us, I think we're going to have those 3 to 4 cautions every race, and people are just going to have to deal with it.
100%. Another interesting note was that the Mays, I don't know if they're brothers or fathers or grandfathers or wherever they are to each other, but you had Todd and Bobby Mays finish first and second, and then Kyle Mays, the guy who was nice enough to cause the caution in the ARCA Pro Series, finished 4th.
Yeah, do you want to hear my understanding of the Mays clan?
Yeah, sure.
So I was on a team with them in another league for a little while, and I got to talking to him one night on the radio, and apparently the Bobby and Todd, I'm going to butcher this, but Bobby and Todd are brothers, and Kyle is one of their sons, and Kyle has 4 girls, and they told me he travels every weekend for his daughter's softball team. So I commend the guy for having as much time doing this stuff as he does. But one thing I was going to say about them, it was really cool when they put up the money for the All-Star race. We really do appreciate them.
Yes, that was very nice of them with their construction company, I think it was.
And if you're ever running a super speedway race and you see Bobby Mays behind you, just keep him behind you, because that guy, he's awesome at pushing on super speedways.
100%. I always have a good time racing with them. Haven't had any problems with them.
Yeah, it's just Kyle that causes wrecks, but he's a good dude otherwise.
Yeah, other than that, we'll let this one go this time.
Yeah, so I think we've kind of come to the spot in the show where we've sort of recapped the week best we can. We kind of talked about the stuff we wanted to. Now a little more on the iOS, I guess we'll call it degeneracy side. Have there been any highlights this week that you've really liked in the Discord?
So on the memes page, the ones that are sticking out to me is Nudie and the Toaster. I don't know if you've seen those ones.
Yeah, I did.
And so that one's kind of sticking out to me at this moment. Nothing else really stands out. What about you?
I liked your adopted son Dustin Dean meme. That was pretty good.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Stephen Black coming in strong with the Dustin Dean moon picture. That was pretty funny.
Stephen Black's funny because you don't hear from him on the meme page, and then all of a sudden he puts like 10 out at a time.
Yeah, and they're usually pretty good. Like he usually doesn't spam like I do.
Oh yeah, no, his are way better than yours.
Yeah, and then just any meme with Fronic in it is always going to be pretty good. I feel like he had a fairly quiet week. I know Race Control muted him at one point during a race, but I think he's done pretty well this week.
Yes, you can always, doesn't matter what race it is, if you have Brian Merrill Jr. and Fronic in a race, you're going to hear them over the radio. Those guys never stop.
And it's sometimes better than the actual racing. Before we close out the show, we wanted to get a special interview in here of the person that is behind the curtain, so to speak, in iOS, and that's Max McClure. Max, how you doing?
I'm here tonight. It's a Thursday night, and we made it through the first week without anybody killing each other, so I think we're all right.
So Max, this week was kind of a big week for the iOS guys, as this was the first week that you guys did your own broadcasting, the iOS broadcasting, on Sunday night with the ARCA Rookie, and also tonight with the Super Speedway Series. I'm just curious, have you watched your broadcast from Sunday night?
Yeah, Sunday night was a horrible effort. We had some technical issues, so we had some updates that were needed that came in late for some of the graphics issues. So we fixed those. So tonight's race pretty much went as expected. So I think we've come that way. So I think tonight's race went like we expected Sunday to go. So I think we're on the right path, and we'll kind of review it this week and see what happens and kind of move on from there.
Sounds good. I can't wait to watch the broadcast tonight and see how it went. I kind of want to jump to the truck race because there was a lot of action that happened in that truck race. So there's a few things I kind of want to go over. The first one, the big thing, is obviously Dustin Dean. Everybody's talking about it. Can you kind of walk us through the decision making and how you came to the decision to suspend him for a race?
I mean, we've kind of set that standard this season. We don't want anybody intentionally wrecking or bumping anybody under caution or causing undue drama in the race from any antics that can be deemed as retaliation or hitting other drivers on purpose. We're kind of here to have some fun. We all joke a lot. We all have a good time, but at a certain point, we've kind of got to put that foot down and say, hey, here's the line. Stop crossing it. And if we do, we're going to handle that out like we did this season with those rule changes that we made. So we just kind of wanted to make that point known since it did happen, and kind of hopefully moving forward that people know that there is a line in the sand, and hopefully that takes care of that moving forward, and we don't have to actually do this again.
Can you walk us through how you review the races after? So the race completes, do you go over it the next day? Do you go over it with admins? How do you go through that process?
Most of the time we don't do any reviews at night, unless something like last night happens where where that happened. We have like a bad incident or something like that. We try to take a look at that then. Most incidents are looked at the next day. We do, if somebody does point something out during the race as far as something that wasn't in the yellow or anything like that, we'll take a look at that. But mostly we we take a look at all the yellows that happen. We kind of went through the process of giving recordings of those as well to the guys, so everybody can kind of get a look at, like, this is what we saw, and kind of this is who's at fault. If we do have any questions, so like if I'm reviewing it, or whoever reviews it, because I don't review all of them, somebody else's review, whichever the admin is reviewing the race has a question about a wreck, and if it's one of those wrecks that we've deemed during the race as we don't know, we do post it in the admin chat. We take videos of it and post it, and kind of get a group effort on it if it is somebody's at fault. Just for instance, the Kyle Mays incident of getting the extra ladder point this week for stopping on the track to cause that yellow. That wasn't called during the race. It wasn't something we looked at. We just kind of found it as we were looking at that yellow and why it came out, and kind of looked at that and went from there. That's kind of how that works. It's not really one person makes that call. The admin team gets together and kind of, if it's tricky, we kind of work together. And if we can't come up with it, if we all can't agree, then we just kick it down the road and say, hey, it's a racing incident. Nobody's going to get a penalty for it.
I'm glad that you guys post the videos of the cautions now. That way,
For sure.
like, I didn't even know Kyle Mays even stopped on the track while you're racing, right? Like, I didn't even know why there was a caution. And then so it's kind of cool to actually go back and look at it and see, like, oh, that's why it happened, right?
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what we're trying to do, is get to that point to where, like, hey guys, we're showing you what we made, and if this is the best we could do at that point. And I think Race Control asked about it, and he didn't want to make a call on it, so we just, like you said, wait till the end of the race, and we'd handle it afterwards if we needed to look at it.
Are you racing at all this season, or are you doing race admin?
Yeah, this season I am not. So ARCA Rookie is all of our new guys. We do have a couple of our older guys that are racing in there. Monday nights, I'm signed up to race, but I'm not going to be there maybe full time. It just depends on how life goes. So that's probably one of the series is that I'll be part time in and just run a select few races, and then I do race Tuesday and Wednesday for sure. Those are really my days, are Tuesday and Wednesday. Mondays you might not see me that much.
And one last question, which everybody wants to know. Whose decision was it to race at the iRacing Super Speedway?
Well, I think we all agreed on it. I think we wanted to change, but I don't think it was a good change. Just hindsight. Hindsight was we wanted to race something other than Daytona and Talladega. I think we've done it for 2 years in a row. We raced Daytona and Talladega both. Everybody likes Talladega because it's big and wide, so we didn't want to remove it. So we tried taking Daytona away. In hindsight, that probably wasn't the best decision in the world now. But like we said, we rode it out. We got through it. I think next week you'll see a different breed of racing in both the Cup and the Truck, with the Cup going to Daytona road course and the Truck's going to Kansas. So hopefully we'll see some different. We'll see some green flag runs there, but it shouldn't be too bad, I don't think.
You missed a golden opportunity there to just blame it on Nudie and not have him do anything about it.
Yeah, I don't like giving out blame. I think that's the problem. I take most of it, but I think we all agreed on that schedule. So we made a bunch of changes to the schedule as we made them, and that was one thing that from the beginning was on there, and it stayed on there to the end. So yeah, so that's just a bad apple, I think, on our end.
All right, so I got one more question before we let you go. What is your favorite channel in all of iOS?
It depends on the day. I like the memes, and yes, those get me through the day at work sometimes, because I work from home, like most of you know, so I'm home a lot, off and on throughout the day. So sometimes it's fun to go in and kind of see that kind of stuff throughout the day as everybody sees that. And also, I like to all the channels are on fire. Like last night, I love the truck one. Everybody was in the truck Discord last night, so that was my favorite last night. So it just depends on the day and where the fire's at.
For sure. Well, we appreciate you coming on. We appreciate you running these leagues. We have a blast in them. I know we give you a hard time sometimes, but it's all in good fun. Like I said, we really appreciate having you on and spending some time with us.
Oh, and by the way, we're dropping a live on Sunday night, releasing of the points and the power rankings as well. I don't know if we'll have power rankings this week, but we will have power rankings coming on Sunday night after ARCA Rookie moving forward.
Wait. Broadcast?
Yeah, we're going to do live broadcast. on Sunday night after the ARCA rookie race. About a 15-minute live shoot. We're going to live drop the points from the artwork and then also do a power rankings. But I'm not sure if we'll have the power rankings after super speedway racing, so we may wait for another week to drop a power rankings, at least for the Cup Series.
You want to tell people real quick where they can find that?
iOS Broadcasting on Facebook and Twitch.
Awesome. Well, we'll be looking forward to that. Thank you
And
again, Max.
and we also will be inviting drivers in on our Sunday live, random drivers in, just to kind of get their point of view on the track coming up and stuff like that as well.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah, we'll be
Sounds
looking
good.
forward to that.
So thank you guys for doing everything you're doing also.
Yeah, we're trying here. We'll see if this goes anywhere. But like I said, we appreciate you having you on, and take care.
Thanks, guys.
All
Appreciate
right.
it.
Thanks, Max. Bye.
Well, Logan, I think that's pretty much it for today's show. I think we've bored people enough. Real quick, just to remind everyone, ARCA Pro this week is at North Wilkesboro. Cup is at Daytona Road Course. I'm looking forward to that one. Trucks are at Kansas, and the Super Speedway Series is Talladega in the trucks, which 50 laps. That should be fun. Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap this one up here, and we'll talk to you guys next week.